Okay, so the PS5 has finally been revealed in person without CGI. So they have sellouts all over YouTube showcasing the PS5. I guess this is the first look or whatever. But
it's finally here. This is the PlayStation 5, the PS5. It's been a long time coming. I talked about this thing so much, and then Sony finally got one here. I'm excited, to say the least. Look at the...
You're excited. Look at the freaking cover. Does it even look exciting? It just looks like any other postmodern Chinese piece of garbage technology that we are getting in this country year after year. White background, black text, black as the primary color on the console, white as a secondary. How original. This is not art. This is not art. This is delinquency. This is idiocy. This is a failure. And it's a joke to look at.
Spaceship alien design. It says 8K up there. It says 4K 120 up there. It says HDR up there.
That's it. That's all you have. Is literally the letters or the numbers PS5 and 8K, 4K. That's your only selling point on this console. I can understand if it actually came with an 8K monitor, but how many PS5 fanboys actually own 8K monitors? None. They don't own it. So why are they so hyped? Most PlayStation fanboys are living paycheck to paycheck, and yet here they are collecting unemployment, spending it on garbage like the PS5.
I mean, if you're into gaming and you're not excited right now, well, you're gonna have to wait, I don't know, 4 years or something for the next generation. So now's the time to get excited. And we look around the box. Let's see what it says on the back. Lightning speed. Harness the power of a custom CPU and SSD with integrated I/O that rewrite the rules of what a PlayStation console can do.
It literally looks like somebody took a piece of junk from the junkyard, slapped on a bunch of LED, and then said, wow, this will be our design for our next console. The controller looks like a freaking tampon. Okay, it's not innovative in the slightest. It's a freaking joke. PlayStation is a joke. It is a giant joke. Look at this. Look at the box. It looks like a box. Look how boring the box is. Can you guys see my mouse? Look how boring the box is. Look how big the font is. It's like they're talking to you like children. They chose the biggest font so you idiots could read it, because they know gamers can't read. Console gamers can't read. Not even a terabyte. Not even a terabyte. 825 gigabytes. Not even a terabyte. They don't even respect you enough to give you a terabyte. They just give you a gigabyte.
Sounds very exciting. Breathtaking immersion. You see their new controller over here. Play like never before. One thing I like, they said 825 GB up top as far as the storage is concerned. So this is the full scale. This is the disk drive. This is the Blu-ray capable version. You see the disk drive right there. But you got to remember, there is a digital only as well, available in what seems to be limited quantities. However, this is the premium model that does it all. Over here on the side, contents include PlayStation 5 console, wireless controller, base, HDMI cable in the box. You got to appreciate it is a special HDMI cable to support that 4K 120 as well. AC power cord, USB cable, and your printed materials. Also, Astro's Playroom, which is kind of like a pre-installed demo, showcases some of the features of the system. All right, I believe I have a sticker to cut. Do I have a knife anywhere nearby? Kirk is looking around frantically. He's pacing, and yes, we do.
The fact that this guy is so freaking lazy of a YouTuber that he needs somebody to actually just sit behind the camera and hold it steady for him and toss a freaking pen. Like, just from unboxing useless garbage that costs less than $10 to make. Not even worth the cheap pieces of plastic it was built on. Okay? Garbage.
In fact, we have the official Unboxed Therapy unboxing knife available on Amazon. All right.
Cheap sponsor. Shilling.
Right. Bang. Now, this is a big box. This is a big console. I have a PlayStation 4 Pro actually over here to compare it to, so we can get a sense for scale. But it's big for all the right reasons, because we have a very smart fan on the inside, which is actually capable of making adjustments to align with whatever game that you're playing.
Oh, wow. Wow. Groundbreaking technology. A fan. A fan in your freaking console. Wow. And it adjusts to what game performance you want to play on. Wow. It almost sounds like every PC game ever. Like, seriously, come on, man. Come on, man. This is why we can't get any real gaming innovations now, because the console gamers are just so stupid.
I mean, there's all kinds of intelligent stuff happening in here, so that's what you get in exchange for scale. Now, you can stand this thing up. You can lay it down flat. I'm sure at this point you've seen the teardown video. Ooh. All right, so I think they expect you to have this tipped up, but I'm just going to keep it... I'm going to actually put it back down because, well, I don't mind if these things fall out. I need them anyways. First is the paperwork.
I'm not watching all this.
And you want to get crazy with the attention to detail, and I don't know if Mo can show you this or not, but if we get in there, if we can get tight enough, then what you will see on the grips is the actual XO triangle and Y. Square. Why do I see a Y there? It's a X that doesn't show up as well. Anyways, that's a nice little attention to detail. They worked a lot on this controller, so
I will give them that. That is nice attention to detail. But again, I'm tired of looking at the cosmetics of the freaking console. How does it play? How does it run? Where's the freaking games? Okay? Enough of this foreplay. Enough of this, man. Where's the freaking game? Where's gameplay? Where's footage? Where's somebody actually playing on the console? Why do console companies wait till the month of before release to show actual, real, genuine gameplay that's not simulated on PC or an older console? Does it even run at all?
You have this haptic, this sort of wild, this square triangle, flimsy connection, and you would never want to use it wired because the thing was always, I mean, I don't need to tell you. We're done with micro USB, and I'm glad to see that's the case here with the PlayStation 5 and the next-gen consoles in general. So that's the controller. I'll put it down for a moment. Let's get to the main attraction here. Oh, not quite main attraction level yet. First, we have a couple more components to look at. So over here is our HDMI cable, and as mentioned, got to be a high-speed HDMI cable.
Oh wow, a freaking HDMI cable. Groundbreaking technology. See, this is why I don't even watch unboxing videos anymore. They treat technology like HDMIs have been around for 10 plus years. What is innovative about this console? Absolutely nothing. Nothing is innovative about this freaking console. Zero. Nothing at all. It's garbage. Literally garbage. It has no purpose. They should have waited another 2 to 3 years so there can actually be a purpose. It's just a filler console. Nobody's going to buy this. Nobody with a brain is going to buy this, I should say. And the real gamers, they're all on PC, where they're actually wanted by developers. And it's gaming with a purpose. Consoles have no purpose. Consoles are for losers. Consoles are just what's in the name. It's a con. And you have no soul. Okay? If you play console. Okay? But you get my point. Watching a 15-minute video of somebody going over cables, HDMI cable. And really, it's just boring compared to PC unboxings. See, PC gaming is like an adventure from the moment you take it out the box. Consoles is just fumbling with nonsensical cords, nonsensical cables, all designed for that system. PC gaming, you can buy your own keyboard, your own mouse, use older mouses if you want. This, you always have to get what comes in the box. It's like communism.
To support all that throughput for 4K 120 or 8K as they say. I mean 8K, who's got an 8K TV right now? Not many people. And if you did,
Exactly. And even if they did have 8K, would it run at 60 frames per second? Of course not. Of course it's not going to run at 60 frames per second. Obviously. Obviously. It's going to be unplayable. They just literally attach that to the box because they know it's going to draw in a bunch of sheeps to it. They're like, oh, $500 console can play 8K games. No. It's going to lag like crazy. It's going to look like a slideshow.
You probably want a high frame rate anyways. 4K is kind of a must for next gen. I think a lot of people are going to be in the market for a new TV. These consoles help to push forward those new TV sales. Anyway, this is the cable you're going to need. Then we have the stand. Now the stand is quite interesting the way they did it. It will allow you to stand up, obviously, your PlayStation 5 to save a little bit of space, even though I think the thing's going to be a little bit tall based on what I've seen to this point. This can also be used to change the orientation, so you could have it laying down as well. So a couple different options for you there. Now, I saw the teardown video, and they were able to store the components in here, and it's just beautifully engineered and designed. Go watch the teardown in which...
So a piece of plastic is beautifully engineered? Did he really just say that? So a toilet seat that looks like it's made out of plastic, that's beautifully engineered? This is really where we're at in 2020 when it comes to technology?
The actual designer or engineer of the product explains the thinking behind it. It's a very therapeutic experience, not unlike Unboxed Therapy. I mean, the guy's got a table. I found it very inspiring, in fact. Anyways, here is the console. It's time for next generation.
Oh yes, 7 minutes in, he's finally showing the console. It looks like it's wrapped in a friggin' egg carton. And it costs $500, really. And it's wrapped in a freaking egg carton. Wow.
Gaming!
I'm so bored. Gaming is dead.
Man, I covered this so much on Lou Later. I talked about all the developments and leaks, and we talked about games, and we talked about exclusives, and we talked about everything. But now, we have the console, and it's hidden below this this tiny little sheet here. We're moments away. We're seconds away.
Honestly, if this wasn't a huge YouTube channel, I would have thought this was counterfeit just by the quality of the actual product. And just by the quality of the wrapping. It's very poor wrapping.
Wait! I feel like I'm doing a presentation. I mean, people have seen what it looks like. It's not but it is. This is a special Unboxed Therapy presentation. Here we go. Ooh. All right. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the PlayStation 5.
It looks like a piece of garbage. It literally looks like a piece of garbage. What am I looking at? Am I looking at, did somebody just draw up random shapes in the freaking notepad and just said, screw it, this is going to be the PS5? We're running out of time. Let's get to production. Because that's what this looks like. You can't tell me this was inspired by anything. You can't tell me this looks good. You cannot tell me this looks good. A flat V with a black hole in the middle. And I guess a curved edge. And then the P on it. It's a joke. Joke, 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 joke. So the P stands for pussy. And the V stands for vagina. Because that's the only people that play this. It is a joke. Joke.
It's tall. That is a statement. Nobody that comes over to your house is going to miss the fact that you have the latest game console. That is for certain. Once again, this might be my favorite white I have ever seen. This is like it has a subtle gray tone to it. A subtle kind of, almost like as if you were doing a mock-up. Well, Mo, you just saw, I got a car in almost the exact same color. With black and white. Stormtrooper vibes. Now, when you do a white color...
I mean, who really is going to have their console out just to look at it? Just to look at it. We don't care about what it looks like, man. Where's the games at? Show gameplay. Like, we're just festering over how it looks, but really, it doesn't look good at all. First of all, but I don't even care about how good it looks. I just want to see what games are on it. Where's the stories? It's just a distraction. They want to hypnotize you into buying a product you probably will not even enjoy. That's what they're doing. They're hypnotizing.
I have one pet peeve that happens sometimes if it ever ventures into the yellowish tone. That ain't my ideal white color.
That's
when
racist.
It goes into the cooler
That's racist.
tones and almost has like a bluish undertone or a grayish undertone. An HDMI port, a little lightning bolt to indicate you can charge from it. You also have, of course, a USB Type-C port. That's some faster throughput, I believe. And then we have a couple of buttons down below for eject and power, and then the disk drive capable of Bluetooth if this were.
It literally looks like, I don't know it, man. Man, this looks like, what is this? Like, it looks so random. It doesn't even look like a console. Looks like a modern art project you'd see at a museum for like 2 weeks. And it just gets thrown in the scrap bin. Doesn't look like a console. Sorry.
The digital only version, then this wouldn't be there, and you would actually have a completely symmetrical design down the front. Now, the other thing that I learned from the teardown video, storage on here expandable through an internal slot for a larger SSD. All right, so this is what it looks like standing up. Now, if I did...
You'd have to be lying if you think this actually looks appealing. Does this actually look appealing to your eyes? No.
Did put it on a stand.
Now just imagine how it's going to play.
And it would do what? It would go how? Is this, do I have to read the thing for that? This looks like it's too far up. Is it supposed to click?
See? I thought it was beautifully engineered.
Oh, by the way, this is huge, but it might not be as heavy as you expect. I'm just going to put that out there right now. Look at the one-handed grip on there.
Beautifully engineered. He said that like 10 minutes ago. That stand was beautifully engineered. Just keep that in mind.
Here we go. Oh, interesting. Horizontal position, vertical position. Make sure the hook is in the position illustrated. The hook. So this one slides around to there, and then this springy section goes down, And then we place, and then that, look at the way the hooks, look at the engineering. The hooks bite into the PlayStation itself. Oh, okay, so this is what's cool about this. If you see how I spun it around, it exposed the little screw. This would poke up through here, and then I would...
Oh, wow, the hole went in the other hole, man. I think they're subliminally trying to tell PlayStation fans something. The V gets poked by the stand, and it's the PS5, which means 5 fanboys. That's what's happening here. Sony is telling you something. They're telling you they're screwing their fans. That's why they made it in a V shape. That's what they're doing. Trying to tell you guys.
Would remove this little nub on the bottom and screw into there with this flat head, and then it would be sort of permanently in the vertical position. I'm not going to do that right now because I also want to show you sort of how the horizontal position works. But anyway, just to give you a better look, this is what the vertical positioning looks like. So whether or not this saves space for you, or maybe it's harder to have it in this position, at least you have the option of more than one. Now in the horizontal setup, you actually have the hook over there. And then I have the PlayStation like this. And I hook this guy
just looks like a piece of art.
And then those little nubs come into play. And of course, this is because you have the curved side to it, right? So it's not going to sit flat very easily. And so you have it like that. And you got a nice little flat setup to it. Now, the other benefit having the stand, it just creates a little bit of space. So when it comes to cooling, which was such a big part of the design of this particular device.
Where is the cooling? There's one fan. There's literally one slit for cooling. It's not it has nothing, literally nothing to do with the design. There's like one fan in it. Come on now.
You're just, you got a little bit more space around the unit to dissipate heat. So there may be some function within the form. A lot of people having questions around why they go for this shape. Well, maybe there's more to the story when it comes to cooling and so forth. So anyway, that's the laydown version. It obviously looks cooler in the upright stance, but it's cool that it can do both. Controller, where you can see the squares, individual little squares, triangles, X's, and circles. It's just a nice little touch for those that are looking. It's a nice little attention to detail. All right, so let's do a quick comparison. I told you I have a PS4 Pro over here. Now this is a big PlayStation 4 because it is the Pro.
I mean, this is a gaming console, not a freaking art project. Okay, we want to see how it plays.
Model. This was 4K capable as well, as you're aware, but still the new PlayStation sort of dwarfs it. Now maybe it's not quite as deep as this model right here. Yeah, the PS4 Pro is a little bit deeper, but otherwise thickness and height goes to the PlayStation 5 quite easily. So if you were curious about scale, that's a quick comparison for you versus the previous generation. It's a total departure style-wise. They have been fairly boxy, I guess, on the recent models. The original PlayStation 3 had curves to it. This is a different approach. It's less of a hump. I mean, this is kind of your alien, your futuristic alien object. It's almost like a statue or a sculpting. It's
he's just now saying that. I literally said that like 2 months ago. Okay. Makes no sense.
Unique in its shape. It's not the obvious approach. It's definitely not the most minimal approach.
It looks stupid. It looks like a child's play toy, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look how all the edges are freaking curved. It looks like it's child safety or something. Why is everything just curved? Why is there no flat edges? There's no straight edges. There's no pointy edges on the entire thing. Why is it so smooth? Why is it so smooth, man? Somebody tell me. Because it just looks ugly. It literally looks ugly, man. Like, why is it so, there's no edges on the entire thing? And it just makes your entire thing look like a piece of paper. Toilet paper.
Not the most minimal approach. There's some imagination in here. Some are going to appreciate that more than others. Some are going to say, I wish I just had a box. Well, that's not what this is.
We waited how long for this console? How long did we wait for this console? And this is what you are getting. Let me put this into perspective for you. We waited 5+ years, or I don't even know if it was 5+ years, but it was a long time for this console. And this is what we're getting. We're getting a freaking white brick with the CD tray in it. That's what you're freaking getting. That's literally that's literally what this is, a white freaking brick with a CD tray in it. And it's been jammed down our throat and propagandized to us for the last how many months? And this is what we're getting. And this is fresh out the box, and it already looks like this. And it's in white too. There's going to be smudges. There's going to be dust on this. It's going to look ugly. You're going to have to constantly clean it. And it's just going to look disgusting. So it'll just look like toilet paper. It will literally look like toilet paper. It's garbage.
And I have appreciation for both the minimal and the obvious, but I've also got appreciation for the ambitious and the imaginative. And that's sort of where this one lands for me.
That's not ambitious. I'm sorry to say, but that is not ambitious at all. Maybe if they added some sort of screen right here or something. But literally the PS3 was the last time PlayStation has ever been ambitious. This is just two thin pieces of plastic on top of one solid black piece of plastic with a fan in it, with a hard drive in it, and with a CD tray in it. It is not worth the money. It is not even a console. It is a piece of garbage, and you are being scammed. The end.